have no notes for this. This is how I love to train. I like to train with no notes, so I'm excited that I don't have any notes today. First things first with messenger parties is you can kind of do them however works for you, but I have an outline that you can completely follow. You can tweak it, you can do whatever you want to with it, but what I have noticed, the most important thing with messenger parties or group message parties is that they need to be done within like 5 days, no longer. You don't want them to drag on. You also don't want to do like 8 posts a day in there. So I will go through my outline and explain how I do them. But like I said, you can tweak whatever you want. It's important to take my outline and make it your own. Don't just take my outline and copy paste everything. You need to take it, use it as a guide, and make it your own. Because if you're not being authentic, your customers are going to see that, and not as many people are going to connect with you and want to order and all that. So let's see. Let me move this window over so that I can see my notes section. So for a messenger party, this outline right here is also going to walk you through like when you're setting things up, what you're telling your host to do. So it's got the host coaching and it has the actual things you're posting, which is so helpful because host coaching is absolutely key. You're not going to have a successful party with a host that's MIA and not involved. So that's the first tip I have for you with parties in general. Be picky with your host. Make sure you're picking hosts that love Scentsy, that are excited about Scentsy, that have a Scentsy, I said that so weird, a good personality, people that have friends, like people like them. Make sure you choose hosts like that and you're going to do really well. Or consultants for other companies tend to make really good hosts. I have one right now who is a consultant for another company. She's doing really well with it. Or people who used to be Scentsy consultants. So there's just be mindful of who you're letting host a party with you. Don't be so desperate that you just let anybody host and then it's wasting your time. Because if you pick a bad host and then you waste all that time doing that party and it completely fails, that's never fun, and then you have to try to make up for that PRV. But that's why we also book 8 to 10 parties a month. You always want to overbook your calendar because you're going to have people join, you're going to have people have bad parties, you're going to have somebody who gets one order. I mean, there's always that chance. So if you're overbooked and you have 10 parties booked and 2 fail, you at least have, or join, you at least have 8 still on your books. Like last month, like I said, I flipped probably $850 in PRV to new consultants. So had I not been overbooked and prepared, I couldn't have still finished out at almost 6,000 PRV. So that is so very important. So with the messenger party, what I do is, and like I said, I call it a messenger party, but you can call it a group message party, whatever you want to call it. But for the host, and when I'm booking these parties, I'm not using the word party. I never use the word party. I just don't like it. Other people don't like it, so I don't use it. So I call it an online Scent Social. And if I'm doing any kind of online party, I'm calling it a Scent Social. It doesn't matter if it's a Facebook Live party, a group message party. It doesn't matter. I call it a Scent Social. It sounds casual. It sounds fun. It doesn't say the word party, so it doesn't sound like a ton of work to the host. It doesn't sound salesy to the guests that are being invited. It's a different way of presenting a party that doesn't sound salesy, if that makes sense. So stay away from the word party. Come up with alternate names for your parties, and you can even call your home parties Scent Social. You can call your bag parties a grab bag. You can call them a share bag. You can call them a wax bag, a scent share bag, like, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So Alexa, stop. Did y'all just hear my echo? Now the other Echo's talking in the other room. They heard me say something about a bag, and I don't know why she thought I said her name. What did she say she was playing in the bag by Gucci Mane? Okay. Anyway, so first things first, I have the host create the group message, and I tell her, and you'll see all this in the outline, I tell her if you want it to be a text, we can. Like if they don't use Messenger on Facebook, or if they don't have a lot of friends who use Facebook Messenger and they would rather do a group text, that's completely fine. So I do what is best for the host. That is very important. Same goes for when you're booking parties. You don't want to book an online party for a host who knows nothing about doing things online. You don't want to book a bag party for someone like me who stays at home all the time, never sees anybody. You have to choose wisely what type of parties you're offering and let the host choose what's best for them. So, y'all, I'm telling you, these things creep me out, because used to they would only talk to you when you called them, and now it's like we'll be having a conversation and she just starts talking to us, and I'm like, what? This is creepy. So let your host choose if she wants to do it as a Facebook message party or a text party. So what I do is I have the host create the group message, because when you're creating a Facebook group message, it won't let it makes you add at least 2 people to be able to set it up. So like if I'm setting it up, it will only it won't let me set it up with just me and the host in it. It makes you add at least 2 people to it. So I have her do it. That way she can set it up and she can go ahead and get her guests all added to it. There is host coaching in this outline, exactly what you want to send them. Like I said, tweak it, make it your own, but use it so that you know what you need to be telling your host, what the expectations are of your host, how you're telling her to set it up, how you're telling her to send invites, what you're telling her to post on her social media to get additional invites, that kind of thing. So you'll see all that there. So like the first part of the messenger party outline says have host create group message 2 days in advance. 2 days in advance is very important. You need them to have time to add all of their guests and get all those guests in there and ready to go. So what I personally do is I set up my parties on Friday, and that gives them the weekend to get everyone in there, and then we can start the party on Monday, because I don't work weekends, so I'm not trying to post all day long in these messages over the weekend. If you work weekends, that's great. You can do that. Do what works for you, but also do what works for the host, because you need to be strategic about when you're doing your parties. This goes for any type of party, bag party, Facebook party, any kind of party. You need to make sure that you are asking them, what is the best date for you? When is payday for your friends? Like, you don't want to have a party when everybody's broke. You want to have a party when people are getting paid, around the time they're getting paid. That way they can place their orders. So that's another big tip right there. Make sure you're strategic with the date that you have planned. But I set up my parties. I have my hosts set up their parties on Friday, get everybody added in there. And then Monday, I'm starting the party. It goes Monday through Friday. So it's 5 days. Everything's done by the 5th day. And then I'm helping getting, all the orders in, closing it out the following Monday. So I do the actual party Monday through Friday, but I give them that following weekend also, because a lot of people won't place their orders during the week. They'll wait until the party's over, and then they'll place the orders over the weekend. So there's also coaching in here for you as far as what messages you need to send to your host, not just host coaching, but also what messages you need to be sending to your party guests and when. Because you're all going to be in a group message, yes. So everyone's going to be kind of talking back and forth. It's a lot like a home party or a Facebook Live party where people are talking back and forth in the comments, but it's so much more personal, and that is why I love it so much. It's so much more personal. You know who is viewing your stuff because you see who has read the messages. People are talking amongst each other. It just goes so well. And like I said, these have been so successful for me. I have not had one party not qualify, and I've done lots. Like I said, I started these last year. So I've done them in the spring, I've done them in the summer, I've done them in the fall, and they've all been successful. So yeah, they've been great. So, but anyway, this is going to walk you through also what you need to send to your guests. You do not just need to be talking to the party guests in the group message. You need to be taking it out of the group message. Number one, to make it personal, but also so that you're not sending a bazillion messages in the group, because that can get annoying. So you want to keep the conversation, your conversation, minimal in the group message, as far as let the guests talk amongst each other, share what they love, like that kind of stuff. But keep your responses minimal. Talk to them in the message, reply to things. But if you're doing something personal, like somebody wants scent suggestions, you need to say, okay, I'm going to send you a message separately and send you my favorite scents that you'll love. So then you're going to take that message off of that group message. You're going to message them personally. That is going to open up a personal conversation, a relationship building opportunity, and you can add them. I friend request everybody at my parties. That is very important. This outline even tells you what day you need to go ahead and friend request your guest, and what day you need to message your guest, and what you need to say, and all that stuff, and then what you need to tell your host to message your guest. Because with Facebook, if you're sending friend requests to everyone, it's important to send the friend request a few days into the party where they're already kind of getting to know you. You've already had some conversation with them. That way you're not creating the party and then friend requesting everybody right away, because then they're like, oh, this is just some, sales lady. So that's important. The timing is very important. And where was I going with that? Messaging them one-on-one, building relationships. Oh, with friend requests. So if you're sending friend requests to everyone and not everybody accepts it, with Facebook, I'm sure most of you know this, they will a lot of times send that message to their other folder where it's filtered out because you're not friends with them. So Facebook thinks you don't know them and that kind of thing. So that's important too, to say, hey, I'm going to send you a message. Make sure you check it, that kind of thing. And then you can also do like giveaway forms if you want to do like a little giveaway to get contact info for anybody who may not order. That way you have their phone number, their email to put in your system to send them out text alerts, send them out mass emails, whatever you do to communicate with your customers. You can follow up with them later to ask them, hey, would you like me to send you some samples or something so that you can try this out? Or maybe you're ready to order now, or maybe you want to host now. Also, another thing that's very important is one-on-one messaging about hosting. So when I'm talking to everyone personally, I'm going to have a genuine, authentic conversation with them about hosting. So if they say that, oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with this stuff, I wanted everything on the website, I wish I could have got everything, perfect opportunity to bring up hosting. Hello, if you host one of these Scent Socials, we can get you a lot of that stuff for free and half off. Do you want to do that? Simple as that. Very easy, simple conversation to have. And then you want to have that conversation with everyone in the party. You want to ask every single person to book. So you can do a booking game in the group message. You can do, which is great because it's going to encourage, like if someone picks a number, someone else is probably going to pick a number, and then someone else is going to pick a number, and so on. So that goes really well, but I do always have that one-on-one booking conversation as well. And I try to identify at least 2 people, because usually one of them is the host. At least 2 people from that party that I can start to really focus on trying to build a relationship with to bring up the join opportunity. So there's that. So walking through the outline some more, remember to thank each customer who orders. So what I do is I have a saved text in my text shortcuts. I've showed y'all that before. I have an iPhone, so you can do like shortcuts. You can literally type the word thank you together and it will type out my whole thank you message for a new customer. It's amazing. And then I just customize it with their name. And then like if I want to say, oh my gosh, that scent you got is my, like Jammy Time is my favorite, I'm so excited for you to try that one, or whatever it is. But it helps so much. But what I do when anybody orders, if they're a new customer, well, if they're any customer, I thank them. But if they're a new customer, I immediately text them, thank them for their order. I send them a little image of my family that says, thank you for supporting our business. It's literally my thank you card. And I just have the image saved. So I took the QR code off because it's being texted to them, so they can't use that. So it's just going to say, hey, and then thank them, and then have a picture of my family. This is backwards, so it's confusing, but a picture of our family to make it personal, because they need to put a face with a name, especially if it's like a bag party customer and they've never seen you before. I do always put one of these on my bag party so they can see my face, but they don't always see your face. And that's why it's important too to put your face on your labels, on your catalogs, whatever's going into customers' hands. If you can get your face on it, it's very helpful, and at least helps them put a face to who they're buying from. But when I thank them for their order, I always send that image along with it, and I will also thank them in the party, and that's so, so, so important, because you want to show the guests that people are ordering. And when you do that, it kind of creates FOMO. Like, they're like, oh, well, my friend ordered, so I definitely need to order something. And it's important, too, to have your host sharing their favorite products in the party, having them tag guests if they see something that a particular person would like. For example, one of my last parties, I showed the wall fans, and my host, I had already coached her, like, hey, you need to tag anybody that may love specific products. So when she saw me share the wall fan, she tagged a friend that has a cat and was like, hey, this would be great for your cat, because they're always trying to get their tail and everything. So that helps tremendously. You have to work as a team with your host. You can't do this by yourself. So because your guests trust the host, they don't know you yet. Good. So Nicole, I do record all of these, so they're all recorded on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and catch up on past ones, you can do that. Or if you ever have to miss one of these live, they're always recorded. So okay, so what I do for keeping up, and if y'all have questions as we go, leave them in the comments. He's always there. Oh, this is backwards. This is so confusing. He's always there. He's a lab, so he's like always, if he's not under my feet, he's right next to me. So, but yeah, if y'all have questions as we go, leave them in the comments and I'll answer them. But what I was going to say, how I keep up with it, because I will have multiple parties running a lot of times. So number one, the outline. It's right in my notes section of my phone. I can go to it, copy, paste. I also have a photo album for all of my videos and images that I use in the party. It's just called Messenger Party. Specific album called Messenger Party. It has all of my images and videos saved in there that I use for the party. So if I know that, okay, we're on day one, Hunter is his name. Hunter, what are you doing? If I know that it's day one of this party and my alarm goes off at 9:30 in the morning for post number 1, I know that, okay, go to my outline, post number 1 for day 1, copy it, paste it into the message, go to my messenger party, send the coordinating video. It's so easy. So, and then once you do it a few times, you get so into the rhythm of it, it just gets easier and easier. So I set alarms throughout the day. So I set them for, like I said, Monday through Friday. I don't do it on Saturday and Sunday. And I set them for, here's the times that I set mine for. And the alarm just says sit socials, and it has my host name or hosts' names so that I know which ones to post in. Yes, I have a German Shepherd named Lily too. They're a mess. So I have 9:30 a.m. and you choose times that work for you. You just post in there when you're available. So I know at 9:30 that I am starting my day. I'm just doing like dishes and random stuff like that around the house, making the bed. So I know that I'm free at 9:30. So I have my first one for the day at 9:30. I have my second one for the day at 11:30, which is good because those are 2 posts that you can get in before people's lunch breaks. And then they can usually hop on there during their lunch break, see the 2 things that you've posted so far that day. And then after that, I have 1:30, 3:30, 6:30, and then 9 o'clock. And some days I'm not going to have a post for all those times, but that just gives me a guide. So I know, okay, my alarm's going off, it's time to post. So, or send a message. So I do those, and then normally if the 9 o'clock one, most people are kind of settling down by then, and they'll see that, and then they'll go back and look at all the ones from throughout the day. So, and I make sure that I say that, and you'll see it in the outline. When I send the first initial message to everybody in the group, I'm like, well, besides the introducing yourself message, but it explains how it works. It explains when it opens. Like I will tell them, hey, this starts on Monday. It explains when it closes, what the last day for orders are going to be. There's my other dog. It explains that I will be sending messages in here 3 to 5 times a day, or 3 to 4 times a day, or whatever it is, around 4 times a day. Something like that. No, you cannot schedule posts in Messenger. So that is the only that's the only downfall to Messenger parties. You can't schedule the posts, but I don't mind at all posting in there throughout the day, because it takes 2 seconds and it allows me to have conversations with the guest. It allows me to be involved in the party, where when I'm doing a Facebook Live party that has posts scheduled for a few days, I kind of feel checked out a little bit with it, and it doesn't feel as personal. So I like to be involved in my party, be excited about the party, and I love dogs too. I love them so much. I love them more than humans. So yeah. Let's see here. So just an example. So like day 1, I'm going to be sending the image that I use on the back of my join brochures. It has a picture of me and my family, and it has our story. And I'm asking them, thanking them for coming. I'm asking them to introduce themselves, talk about their hobbies. Have they ever tried Scentsy? That opens the door for conversations with each guest. The guests also start talking to each other. You can start to see, like, if you have something in common with the guest. If they've never tried Scentsy, you can ask them, what have you tried? What do you use in your house? If they say candles, you can be like, oh my gosh, we gotta help you. Ask them what kind of scents they normally gravitate toward, and be like, okay, you're gonna love this. Oh, I see you have kids, you're gonna love our wall fans, that kind of thing. So that is an initial way to get everybody, like, interaction going and start building relationships, talking with people, having those conversations with people. And then you're going to send a message to your host. It's all outlined in here. I'm not going to go over all that in detail. I'm going to, this outline is in our group Google Drive. So it's in the group Google Drive under the online parties folder. But I'm going to re-upload it, because I've tweaked a few things since I uploaded that one, just based off of what I've seen that works best. So this should be like completely finalized, good to go for you to use. So I do send my image that I use on my join brochures. Like I said, I made it in Canva. It just has a picture of us, and it has our story. I pulled the story from my PWS, copied and pasted it in there. Super simple. And that gives them my story with an image of us. It shows them who we are. And then, so I'm just going to go over like the first product post. So the first product post is I share wax and warmers before anything. I have a morning post that I'm going to share wax and warmers. And then later on in the day, I'm going to share Scentsy bars. And then later on in the day, I'm going to share air purifiers. So with each thing you're sharing, it's important to share. This is all outlined. You don't have to come up with this on your own. It's important to share little facts about each product and keep it short. I just have like little bullet points. So like for bars, it says, let's talk Scentsy bars. Scentsy bars are food grade paraffin wax, safe for kids and pets, lasts around 160 hours per bar, available in over 80 fragrances, buy 5 get 1 free. And then I put view all scents here. I link it to that host party, to the Scentsy bar page. And then I tell them my current favorite scents. But in addition to that, this is the most important part of a group message party. You have to do videos. You have to send videos. They have to be like 1 minute or less. Send videos for each product. Show them you using the product. Show them your hands, you touching the product, how you use it, what you use it for in your home, why you love it. Explain the product. Explain how they can use it in their home. Let them see how it can add value to their life, what problems it can solve for them, and it is so important to share that video. So what you can do, this is what I've done, this is why I have them saved in my photo album, make the videos at the beginning of the season, use them through the whole season. You don't have to make a video every time. If that was the case, I wouldn't be doing these parties. So you have to be smart with your time. Save the videos into an album, share the videos with every party. Same video with every party. Now, when it gets into like Christmas time, you may want to do an additional video, or you may want to just share a Facebook Live you did where you shared on your personal page, hey, here's the holiday collection, or you unbox the holiday collection. You can literally just share that to your group message. As long as your profile's public, you can just share that to your group message and send that. It's already done. You didn't have to do any additional work. That's like what I do for my Warmer of the Month and Scent of the Month advertisement in my parties. So like last night, you'll see I shared the Scent and Warmer of the Month in this party, and I just shared the post directly from my Facebook page that I had made about it the other day and said, seriously obsessed with our Warmer and Scent of the Month. They're on sale, so make sure you check them out if you love pumpkin decor. Like, super simple. It's not a lot of work. So, you know, you may want to do that if you like unbox an order or you sniff some scents with your kid, like something cute that you want them to see. Send it to the message. If they want to watch it, they will. So what I make my videos with is just Instagram Reels. That's all I use. They give you an option to make a 1-minute video now on Instagram Reels, and you can put your words on there. You can put your little captions on there. You can put, you know, whatever you want to, but they're going to hear your voice. They're going to see your face, and they can read the words also. So here is a video. I'll give you an example. Here's a video that I share. Hopefully you can see it good enough since I can't screen share. But this is what I share with my Wax and Warmers post. So like my Wax and Warmers post or message will say, first up today is the foundation of Scentsy, Warmers and Wax. Here are some of my new favorite warmers. Make sure you turn your sound up. Warmer facts, lifetime warranty, safe to leave on 24/7, won't get hot enough to burn you, your kids, or your pets. Which ones do you love? Always try to end it with a question. And don't say, this is something I learned kind of recently, don't say which ones do y'all love or which ones do you guys love. Say which ones do you love. It makes it a lot more personal, like you're actually talking to that person. Same with like if you're talking in your stories. I've tried to be really mindful of this lately, instead of saying like, hey y'all, or do y'all like this, or like which one do y'all like. When I'm doing a poll or something, I'll say, which one do you like? What do you think? Hey, happy Tuesday, instead of, hey y'all, happy Tuesday. You want to feel like you're talking to that person. So, but anyway, here is the video that I share with my Warmers and Wax facts. Now, this video is longer. It's 2 minutes and 33 seconds. So what I did was I just made, I guess it was 3 1-minute Instagram Reels and merge them together in iMovie. But like, just make one video. If you don't know how to do Facebook, or if you don't know how to do Instagram Reels, if you don't know how to use editing apps, if you don't know how to do any of that and you're completely clueless, just make a regular video and use it. Just video on your phone, on your camera app, make the video and save it. It does not need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be a certain way. It just needs to be done, and it needs to be you, and it needs to be authentic. Now, if you don't have a air purifier, right there, if you don't have an air purifier or you don't have a certain product, Scentsy has an amazing YouTube channel. They have product videos on their YouTube channel that are professional that you can use if you don't have a specific product. Or if I have an air purifier and you see something I share about it, feel free to share it. But you don't have to have every single product. If you don't have it, just share the best you can. But anyway, here's the warmer video that I use. Maybe you can see it.
So I want to show y'all some of our warmers. This one is called Amazing Grace. This, actually, you can't even see that there's wax in there. You go. Do have wax in there. But if you see the doves on the back, I love that about this warmer. This one's called Glimmer and Glow. So this one has LED fairy lights in it. No bulb in it like this one has a bulb. So all of our warmers have a bulb, if I can get that to focus, there we go, or a heating element like this one. So this just has a heating element here. Some of them have a heating element with no light, so those can be really good for bedrooms, or you can set these on a timer if you have it in your bedroom. That way it'll go off at night. That's what we did. One of my favorites. This does not come with the decal on it. It comes plain. It's called Prairie Pitcher, and then this is a cord concealing stand. So it actually hides all of your excess cord, makes it look really neat and cute. So this, you can put your own decal on if you have a Cricut, or you can order them on Etsy actually, but it just comes plain. So it's really cute to customize too though. This is another favorite. Love, love, love this one. It's one of our like broken glass warmers, and it has a fly in it, so that's cool. And then our letterboard warmer is another favorite because it's customizable, super fun, especially for different holidays and seasons. This beauty is called Flaunt Your Feathers, and you can see how it projects pattern onto wherever it's sitting. It's so pretty. This one is Take a Stand. This is one of our element warmers, like I was saying, with no light given off. This is what our mini warmers look like. This one's called Salerno. So the cool thing about these is they have a rotating base. So if you have a sideways or upside down plug, it will still work. These just take 1 to 2 cubes of wax. Our full size warmers take 3 to 4, depending on the wax dish. It will tell you a number. And then we have the cool warmers for kids or big kids. This is in my husband's office. This is my son's. He's 4. He's obsessed with this. So he even has his own little stack of Scentsy bars in here that he chooses from when it's time to change the wax. So make sure you check out our licensed warmers and other products. We have so many cute things for kids or big kids.
So that's an example of a video. They're short, they're interesting, they add value, they give tips. So one thing that I do have to add to that is how to change warmers with cotton cleanups or cotton balls. I used to have a separate video on that and it was too much, so I forgot to merge that into that. So that's something I need to do. So I'll add that to it. That gives them a tip. It gives them something valuable. You need to always entertain and educate when you're doing a video. So that is my warmer video, and then like the next post that day is wax. It tells them my favorite 6 bars. It gives them the scent description of those bars, and then I also have a video to go along with it showing them, here are my favorite bars, me sniffing them, here is why I love it, here is what it smells like. It's so important to give them that experience as much as you can because you're not in person with them. So that is how I do it. You could also upload these videos to YouTube and just share the YouTube link each time, but it's easier just to put it in your phone and share it. So also, like, it's important too to be authentic. Don't feel like your videos have to be perfect. I mean, you see, I made that video and there was a fly in my wax, and I could have easily stopped the video, took the wax out so that they didn't know there was a fly in my warmer, but I wanted to be authentic and say this is real life, and people relate with that, and that makes them think like, oh, I can do that too. If she has flies in her warmers and she's a hot mess, then I can do that too. There's a video like with Carson, my Scentsy Kids video. It's not perfect, and it's fine because it makes people laugh, it makes them relate to you, and they can see themselves in that. So here's the Scentsy Kids video I have. Oh,
Here's a
hold
fun.
on.
Are those your...
It got me an eye.
It got you in the eye. Are those your 2 favorite buddies?
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Yes. Dude.
Who else?
Tigger.
Tigger. So show him how he unzips. So he unzips and he has a scent pack inside. He has pineapple pucker. So that is how our Scentsy buddies work. So a few of the other ones we have: Bailey the Bunny, Mickey, Pooh, the Child, Mike and Sully.
So as you can see, I'm walking them through my house and showing them how they can use this in their life. This applies to if you're doing Facebook live parties too. Just walk them through your house. You don't even really need a setup. Just show them what you use, why you love it, how you're using it in your house. It's so much more relatable that way. And then at the end of that buddy video, I show them the buddy clip we have hanging on our backpack, and the backpack is literally hanging on my wall with all the keys and stuff, so like that looks real to them. It doesn't look fake, it doesn't look staged. It shows them how I'm using it in my home and how they can use it in their home. Scentsie's YouTube channel is just called Scentsy. So with the cleaning videos, make sure you're showing before and afters. So like in my counter clean video, I'm showing them this nastiness that I'm cleaning out of my fridge, and it's showing me cleaning it. It's showing me clean all the things and how it works. Like you got the crusty stuff in the fridge and I'm cleaning it out, and then they see the after of what it looks like. You can do a before and after of your bathrooms with your bathroom cleaner. I always do a video of Scentsy Fresh because I spray that on my bed every single morning. I spray it on the couch, the dog beds, all that. I want them to see me doing that. I want them to, I'm not just going to say, this is fabric spray and I love it because this, and this. No, I'm going to tell them what it is, I'm going to explain it to them, and I'm going to show them me spraying it on the bed, me spraying it on the dog bed, me spraying Freshen Up Pup on my dogs. Especially if you have a crazy dog who hates being sprayed and they like act a fool while you're doing it, that makes it even more entertaining. My dogs just stand there and let me do it because they're used to it. But involve your family, involve your pets, your kids, your husband, anybody you can involve them. Michelle said, people love real life, y'all. Kids screaming, animals in the way, in the background, occasional messes. Obviously, you want to be a little put together and make things look the best you can. But people also like to see the hot mess expressed. Yes, they do, because people don't like perfection. They don't relate to perfection. They see a highlight reel on your Facebook page and they feel like, well, I can't relate to that person because I'm not that way. I could never be that put together. Show some of the messiness of your life. I think that's all, because you have the whole outline. Like I said, I'm going to upload it for you. Do you have any more does anybody have any more questions about group message parties? Because I may have left something out. I don't think I did, but I may have. So this outline, even like at the end of it, it tells you like, here is what you need to make sure you remember to do. So like it has little stars, and it tells you like when closing the party, make sure you have the host share with everyone what she got and how much she saved. Make sure to send any LTOs and current specials before the party closes. It's got your booking message to send to each guest, and then it's got your goals at the bottom. So it's like, make sure you do these things. Friend request everyone, get as many people as possible into your text and email list, join combos, which is try to gift the kit to someone, do a booking game, just little reminders at the end so that you don't forget those important things. Because the most important thing with parties is booking more parties. If you're doing parties and you're not focusing on booking more parties, it's not pointless, but it's going to make your life very difficult because you need to be booking parties while they're at the party, while they're excited, and to keep your calendar full. Because if not, you're going to find yourself scrounging for parties all the time. Good morning. All right, well, if y'all don't have any questions, I'm very surprised y'all don't have any questions. But if you have any later, leave them in the comments because this will be recorded. I'm also going to put this on my YouTube channel, of course, like always. I'll have it uploaded in just next probably 10 minutes. You can share it with your team members. You can share it with your friends, whatever you want to do with it. But I hope y'all learned so much from this. I will also put, for anybody who is on YouTube right now, I will put the link to my outline in the description box below the video. So you'll see it in our group Google Drive under online parties. I'm happy to share that Google Drive with anyone I can. It's definitely something that we share with everyone in Scentsy. So Brandy, how do you typically try to book parties? when you're doing parties? Are you doing a booking game? I've always done the mini warmer booking game. It has always been very successful. You're not going to book parties at every single party, but I try to book at least 2 at every party. That's a good goal to have. And it's just like recruiting. You shoot for 2 recruits every month. Maybe one month you get 1. Maybe the next month you make up for it with 3. It's just a consistency thing. So I always do mini warmers, mini warmer game if I'm doing a booking game. But there's so many booking games you can do. The mini warmer one is where you have them pick a number 1 through 5, and you tell them, hey, if you book your own Scent Social, you're going to get a prize depending on what number you pick. So choose a number 1 through 5, and then you're going to message them and say, hey, you picked number 3, so you're going to get a mini warmer of your choice, which is $20 value for $3 in addition to your host rewards if you book a Scent Social with me. So it has to be a qualifying party. You use the perpetual party reward, which is the extra half price item since he gives to you. You pay the difference, so you're going to pay, it'll make the mini warmer $10. You would pay $7. The host would pay $3. It's just an extra incentive. You could incentivize them with a Scent of the Month bar that you have in your stock that's literally just sitting there from your Scent of the Month kit. Whatever you want to incentivize them with, just be smart about it. Make sure you can afford it. Make sure it works for your budget. Just stay consistent with the games. Stay consistent, and they will work. So, all right. I am going to let y'all go. I've been on here an hour. Not a surprise. I talk forever. But I hope that this was valuable. Share it out with everybody you can. Y'all have a great rest of your Tuesday. Love y'all. Bye.